Hey Khaled, this is Jackie Otwell with Maxhouse Marketing, and we spoke briefly on the phone earlier this evening. As promised, I wanted to shoot you over this little 5-minute video. I know the internet's a pretty daunting tool, and many people don't know how to look into the trenches and see why their competitors outranking them on Google. So what I want to do is I want to break that down pretty simple for you in a couple minutes. First things first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google HVAC companies in Houston, Texas. And I am going to start up here. See, this is the sponsored section. What this means is that these are the people who are paying for ads. This is the Google Map Pack. If you're not in here, we would definitely add you to that. And then this right here begins with the organic section. So this is where the rankings actually begin. Angie's List and Consumer Affairs, Yelp. These are all directory links. Those are great tools, but we're not going to count those. The one that I'm going to compare your website to throughout the duration of this video is Lee Thompson Co. So that being said, I am going to go to Lee Thompson's website, and first things first, what we're going to talk about is content, which content is any of the verbiage wording on a website. We're going to specifically refer to the content on the home page throughout this video. So I went ahead and I put that in my word counter. You can see they got about 2,300 words of content on their homepage. And I am now going to do the same for you and your website. I'm going to also place that in. You can see that you have about 1,100 words, or 1,200 words. It's actually not bad. Google recommends having about 1,000 to 2,000 words of content on your homepage. The key to this is including buyer intent keywords, which we're going to get into in just a second. I would add maybe about 500 to 800 more words of content on your homepage, though, and stuff it with these high volume search capacity keywords. So what that means is keywords are essentially the phrases that people put into Google to pull up your website. So what I did next is I went ahead and grabbed each of your websites and I placed it into Ahrefs, which is this tool that I use online. It's essentially like a website auditing tool. So first things first, you can see their traffic values quite a bit higher than yours, which of course all of these things can be worked on. First things first, we're going to look at these organic keywords and see what they have. So things like HVAC contractor, Houston, Texas, HVAC contractors, Houston, Texas, AC repair, Channelview, Texas, AC companies in Houston. So those are all buyer intent keywords. What this means is that people within these areas are more than likely Googling this because they need that service. Things like AC duct replacement, although it does have a high search volume, those aren't, they're not buyer intent. That's not the kind of traffic that we want. That's a nationwide keyword. What that means is that someone in Oregon could Google that and it would possibly bring up this website. Is that going to make us money? Probably not, unless we plan on getting on a plane and flying to Oregon and servicing them. It's not the kind of keywords that we want to incorporate into our content. We want to include buyer intent, which is going to include these locations attached, as well as all of these surrounding towns. So let's look at your organic keywords. So you have a lot of safe air, this is nationwide, get air Houston, Texas, safes in Houston. So these aren't necessarily all pulling up what traffic within your niche, HVAC specifically. And the thing about having safe air as your keywords, the only people who are going to Google that are people who already know about you. We're going to bring in traffic from people who don't know about you. So AC installation like Houston, Texas, as you can see, that's a high search volume, so that's a pretty good one. But as mentioned, we can, of course, incorporate and do some research and find what keywords work best within your area. Next thing I'm going to look at are backlinks. So if I just back up on Ahrefs really quick. So backlinks is essentially anywhere on the internet where this website is linked. So somewhere on the internet, this website is linked 670 times, which is, of course, generating quite a bit of traffic. Now, if we look at yours, anywhere on the website, on the internet, your website is linked 13 times. So what we do is we go ahead and we find all of these backlinks and we add you to those, which puts you more on an even playing field. But in order to beat them as a competitor, website-wise, or at least be in competition with them, you have to keep adding month after month after month, and that's how you begin climbing the ranks in Google. So anyways, Khaled, I hope that this was helpful to you. I hope you enjoyed these tips. You can, of course, incorporate them yourself, or you can reach out to me for more info. My contact info will be linked in the email address. And yeah, I look forward to hearing from you soon. Have a great night.